Hello everyone, this is Karim Fahmy. I'm an Azure Solution Architect. I'm back again after a long pause. It was a vacation actually. And Happy New Year for the 2019. I know it's too late, but I had a lot of stuff to finish actually in the new year and reorganizing a lot of things. So last time we were talking about the Azure Virtual Data Center and how to extend your data center to Azure. And then we discussed the hub and spoke model and how we can implement it. And I mentioned this in the previous videos. And also I published on the blog how to go through the hub and spoke model from the architecture perspective. Then in the blog, I mentioned that we were going to talk about the NSGs, which is the network security groups. Okay, so network security groups. This is the small little devil from Microsoft on the cloud. Secure your subnets to secure your network cards. This is a small basic firewall that is attached to your subnets and attached to the network cards, whatever you want. And the better from the perspective of architecture is to manage the NSGs from the subnets. So let's go and see how it works. So if you are opening your Azure portal here, so you're gonna find in the, for example, all services and start to write NSG. Then you're gonna find network security groups. Then press here, and then you start to add one. And then name it whatever you want. There is a naming convention for sure. So you can name it SG underscore, for example, the subnet name, whatever, just test subnets. Okay, and subscription and resource group, for example, using this resource group, location West Europe. Okay, then create. So now it's creating the NSG. So the NSG simply is a small basic firewall that we can name it a packet filter. Okay, so you can control the protocols and the ports that is going in and out from your subnet, and you can specify who can access, like putting the range of the IPs, the source IP, destination IP. So it's kind of a basic stuff. And if you didn't configure this in the beginning of your design, you might face a lot of problems, because if you are deploying the virtual machines, Microsoft now are putting a default settings for the security. So for example, the RDP is not enabled unless you mention during the wizard that you need to enable it, or you put it into the NSG settings while you are in the wizard of creating the virtual machines, to mention that you need to open the ports like RDP, SSH, and others if you would like. So let's go back and see our network security group. Okay, so we have created one here. So when you open the network security group, as you see, so this is the inbound security rules and outbound security rules. So this is these are the default ones. I didn't touch anything. They are created by automatically when I created the network security group. Okay, so now as you can see in the blade here on the left, you can attach it to two things. So you can attach it to network interfaces. So press associate. For sure, I don't have, if I have any machines that have network cards, so I can attach it to the network card, or you can attach it to the subnet. So I can associate, choose the virtual network. Okay, I didn't create here. But anyways, so you can attach it to a network interfaces or subnets. Okay, so if your environment is so big, so the better is to manage it from the subnet, not from the machines, because this will lead to a lot of NSGs all over the environment, and this is not good from the perspective of managing your NSGs and managing the cloud in general. So for example, these are the inbound rules. So if I want to add an inbound rule, for example, so I press add here and the source. So you can mention here IP address or service tag or application security group. So let's talk about the simple way of using the NSG. So if I set the IP address, So I'm mentioning here the IP source. So if I put the IP source of like whatever that I mentioned, like 10.0.0.0.9.9.9, okay, sorry, 0.0.0/24, okay, then you mentioned the port range. So it says that which range you need. So if for example, you can open it for one only port or multiple ports as you like, okay. Then the destination, you say that if you want to open for the whole range, any, or you have a specific IP. So you mentioned the IP address. So this is the source IP coming from outside. So destination, where it's going, because this is an inbound. So for example, it's going 192.168. For sure, this is an example. It's not a real example. 111. So this is a specific IP, or I can mention to open it for the whole range that I need. Okay, then also you can mention the destination port. So this is the source port, this is the destination port. So I can mention, make it, for example, 80, or for example 443, and choose the protocol type, and the action is deny or allow, and priority. So priority means here if you have like the rules, and if you want to make one rule before, from the perspective of superseding or being applied before the others, so you have to give it the less priority. Okay, we don't touch this mostly unless you have a lot of rules, so you start to prioritize them. Okay, then you put a description and then add. So for example, this is the inbound for port 443, and then name it here 443, then searches it. Okay, so then yeah, so he's mentioning here that the recommended value for source port is any filters menus by destination. So he's giving me a warning. Okay, this is mostly that is used with the destination ports. Yeah, so in this part he's mentioning that the recommended value for source port is any, which is here. We don't, this is the most used, so we keep it as any unless you have a specific needs. Okay, and the incoming is whatever. Okay, I mean the destination. Then you press add, so it creates the security rules. So it takes like less than a minute to make the rule available. So in the meantime, the rule is being created. Just take care, because this is actually a security rule that you have to define it while you are building your environment. And my advice, if you are building the hub and spoke model, do not build the NSGs and make the NSGs at the end after you figure out how is the traffic working, the UDRs, the traffic between the subnets and the NVA, network virtual appliance, which is the firewall, and everything, and make everything clear for you and everything is functioning well. Start to put your NSGs and test again. Do not put the NSGs from the beginning, because it will really make a lot of troubles for you. Okay, so back again to our NSG. So it has been created here. So as you see, this is my rule that I've created. Source, destination, allow. Okay, so this is a quick overview about the network security groups and how to use it. So the network security groups, actually you have to use it at the end while you are tuning the security stuff for your Azure environment. If you are applying the hub and spoke model specifically, or you are extending your data center to Azure, that's the best practice that I can see from my view. Thank you everybody, and thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this quick video about the NSGs, network security groups, the little devil from Microsoft security on their cloud. And next video we're gonna talk about new stuff that has been announced from Microsoft, and also continuing our series about the Azure architecture and how to apply the best practices for your environments and big organizations. And thank you for watching. Have a nice week. Stay positive. Goodbye.